All right, let's get right into it by asking a pretty massive question. Why are millions of Americans right now rushing to buy this one particular stock, genuinely believing it could be the absolute biggest winner of the decade? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're putting on our financial analyst hats to really evaluate the NVIDIA investment thesis. We're looking at a company that is so deeply woven into the future of artificial intelligence, it's completely captivated Wall Street. But look, as analysts, we've got to look way beyond the hype, right? We need to understand exactly what makes this opportunity so special, and more importantly, whether it's still alive and viable for new investors today. To properly evaluate all this, we're going to quickly hit 5 key areas: the AI backbone, explosive growth and demand, the AI arms race, key market risks, and finally, a long-term tracking checklist. Starting with Section 1, the AI backbone, the essential layer of the modern tech ecosystem. Okay, think about how you use the internet every single day. If you open up Chrome or Safari and you happen to have JavaScript turned off in your security settings, well, the modern web just breaks. You get all these warnings telling you to enable JavaScript just to use basic features. The browser completely relies on it to function. In that exact same way, the entire modern AI revolution fundamentally requires NVIDIA's architecture to operate. Without their underlying technology enabled and running in the background, all these complex features of the AI boom, they simply don't work. And that really illustrates a wild evolution for this company. Just a few years ago, NVIDIA was mainly known for gaming graphics cards, basically making video games look incredible on your home PC. But today, they've completely transitioned into the absolute backbone of the AI revolution. From powering things like ChatGPT to enabling self-driving cars and complex robotics, the world's most powerful AI systems rely entirely on NVIDIA. They are literally the engine inside the vehicle of the future. Which brings us to Section 2, explosive growth and demand, unprecedented hardware orders. So the really crucial point here is how this technological dominance actually translates into financial performance, because artificial intelligence is growing at a rate that's faster than almost anyone expected. And because of that explosive growth, current estimates show NVIDIA now controls the vast majority of all high-end AI chip sales globally. Everyone else? The rest of the market is just fighting over a really tiny slice of the pie. And when you control the majority of the hardware for the fastest growing sector on the planet, well, your financial results are going to be historic. Which leads to this frankly unbelievable reality: businesses are ordering AI hardware way faster than the company can even produce it. This absolutely insatiable demand has led to incredible increases in revenue and profits over the last few years. It's totally transformed NVIDIA into one of the most valuable companies in the world simply because they just can't make chips fast enough. And as financial analysts, when we see demand heavily outpacing supply like this, we see a company that still has massive room to expand. Moving on to Section 3, the AI arms race, big tech's battle for dominance. See, we're not just talking about a few plucky startups buying these chips. Every single major technology giant, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, they are all spending billions of dollars to build massive AI data centers. Why? Because absolutely no one wants to fall behind. It is a literal arms race right now. If one tech giant secures a massive shipment of NVIDIA chips and builds a smarter, faster AI, the others seriously risk becoming obsolete. So they're pouring unprecedented capital into this infrastructure, and NVIDIA is the primary supplier in this race. Because of that dynamic, there's a really high probability that NVIDIA products are involved every single time a new AI system is built anywhere on Earth. And because of this, investors see buying this stock as essentially a proxy for buying into the entire AI movement. You don't actually have to guess whether Microsoft or Google or Amazon is going to win the AI war. If you invest in the company selling the foundational hardware to all of them, you're basically investing in the entire industry through one single company. It's an incredibly compelling thesis. But we have to look at Section 4, key market risks. What could disrupt the momentum? Right, so time to flip the coin. No stock is risk-free, and as analysts, we absolutely have to evaluate the potential headwinds. While NVIDIA holds what currently feels like a monopoly, competition is ramping up fast. You've got traditional hardware giants like AMD and Intel aggressively developing their own rival AI chips. But actually, perhaps even more concerning for NVIDIA, those exact same large tech clients we just talked about, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, are heavily investing in developing their own in-house chips. If they can make their own hardware, they just won't need to buy as much from NVIDIA down the road. Plus, investors really have to weigh the dangers of a broader market shift. Like, what if there's a sudden slowdown in future AI spending? If these tech giants decide, hey, we have enough infrastructure for now, NVIDIA's orders could completely dry up. Combine that with the fact that NVIDIA's stock is highly prone to significant volatility. Following its massive recent gains, expectations are priced sky high, so any slight miss in earnings or a tiny dip in demand could trigger some pretty wild price swings. Let's wrap up with section 5, long-term tracking checklist. Metrics for evaluating future performance. If you're evaluating this stock as a long-term hold, you absolutely need a checklist. Step 1, actively monitor those billions flowing into data centers. As long as big tech is spending, NVIDIA is earning. Step 2, track competitor chip releases really closely. Are companies like AMD or Intel closing that performance gap? And step 3, which is probably the most crucial, watch to see if AI actually successfully expands into massive new sectors. If AI deeply integrates into healthcare, finance, manufacturing, education, and transportation, then the demand for these advanced chips could stay incredibly strong for years to come. But look, as always in the world of finance, the smartest investors do their own thorough research before making any moves. Historical gains, no matter how jaw-dropping they are, never guarantee future wealth. You've got to actively track these metrics and ensure the original investment thesis actually holds up over time. Many analysts believe we're still in the very early stages of one of the biggest technological shifts in human history. So, considering the immense growth potential stacked up against those looming competitive threats, I want to leave you with this critical question to guide your ongoing research. As the world completely transforms, can NVIDIA maintain its crown as the undisputed architect of the future? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.